Hello and hello everyone and welcome to another dining car stream. Today we're going to be making bananas Foster's cookies, which I am super excited about. I really enjoy these ones. So we have our new setup. It's so great. Cap might disagree, but it's great. Everything except for this mic. But anyway, so I can't actually see the stream, but I can see chat. I am not going to be cooking the Mite Trigby. I mean, Cap would like to throw it down a well at the next possible chance. But there will be no cooking of it. So, I think there's a specific command you can get to, you can put in to do the recipe. If Cap would do that. So I got this off of the internet, so super easy to get to. But if you haven't made cookies, they're super easy. They're one of my favorite things because they're incredibly simple. So I have my oven up to 350 right now. Baking sheets are over there. We're going to start, like all good cookie recipes, and it's going to start with the creaming method. So that is pretty much you take your butter and your sugar, you cream those together until they're light and fluffy. And then you add in your eggs and your vanilla or your extracts. Okay, Cap is still making the command. But yeah, you add your vanilla, your extracts, whatever those might be, and then you add your dry ingredients. So some recipes that I have literally are an ingredient list, your oven temperature, and the creaming method. So they're pretty simple. So I have half a cup of butter or 1 stick. And then it calls for a cup of light brown sugar. We have dark, so that's just going to be a lot more of the molassesy flavor. Recipe does not specify packed or not. I'm going to pack it because it's most traditional. So there's, using a half cup measure, so there's a cup of sugar, 1 cup of butter. We're going to put this down. Yay! Look at that! Thank you, Alephcat. It is really good. Alright, so I'm going to turn this on for a second and let Cap tell me if I need to move the mic or not.
You should.
Okay.
Move it off that counter.
Okay. So I'm going to let that cream for a minute. I'm going to kind of come as far away from the noise as I can while still being in shot. So I'll probably... So yeah, once that is come together, gotten really light and fluffy, then we will add in our eggs. And that is going to be 2 eggs. Yeah, 2 eggs, vanilla, and rum extract. So you can get that where you normally get your vanilla extract. And then there isn't any banana flavoring, but 2 ripe bananas are going to be what you need for this. And that's also going to go in with the eggs. Okay, so that's... Since it's brown sugar, it's not going to cream quite like white sugar would. And hey, Gothic! How's it going? So yeah, I'm going to turn this off. Set that back down. Alright. So. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of each. So it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then 1 teaspoon of rum. Right. Maybe if I can get this open, that would be helpful. Or I cannot be able to get this open, that would be good. Yeah, the cooktop cam looks really good, and we will actually get to see that with these because these cookies do require a cooked frosting. Normally you don't want to do that. Okay, we're getting a knife. Alright, that just did not want to open. Wowzer. Alright, that's open enough for what I need right now. Alright, so then you have your teaspoon of rum extract. Imitation rum. Yeah, it's actually imitation rum. There's kind of a difference. Can't remember exactly what that is. Hey, Alephcat. Oh, I can't. Everybody's blue on here, so I can't tell anybody from anybody. Yeah, pie, maybe a later episode. That is definitely on the list. Alright. So I tend, when I do something like this, I tend to prefer the bananas super ripe. So definitely lots of brown spots. And it's about 2 medium bananas for this. They do taste okay if you use like regular bananas that are kind of ripe. Just don't use ones that have any green left on them really. Because basically with bananas, what's happening is they're all starch. So if you eat like a green banana versus a ripe banana, you'll definitely notice the difference of these bananas they're really starchy. They're really kind of tough to eat in my opinion. Some people like green bananas or bananas with some green still on the peel. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Alephcat. It is not pie damasu. We are doing cookies. Banana Foster cookies. So, you just have to mash these. You can do it with a fork. I just prefer to squish them because you're not going to harm the bananas at all by squishing them. And to me, it's just a little faster and a little more effective. And also we have gloves in the house because there are a lot of things you deal with in kitchens and you use gloves, so I just got used to it. Okay. So I'm going to move the mic again because I'm going to start beating in the eggs and the bananas. So we're going to do 1 egg at a time. Alright, so do your eggs 1 at a time, so that way they have a chance to blend in. need a spatula. Alright, so at this point it's going to look really, really soupy. So adding in the bananas, it's going to look really soupy because there's a lot of wet ingredients and not a ton of dry, but we'll fix that in just a second. And when you do what you're doing with the bananas, it's going to be kind of chunky, but you kind of want that because you don't want just like pureed banana, but you want it mostly smooth. Alright. We're just going to open this one. Alright. So something that's a little different about this cookie recipe specifically is it has cornstarch in it. And I believe that is due to the banana factor and just how high liquid this is. So it's 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And then a teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay. So there's a portion of our dry ingredients. The only thing left really is the flour. Sorry, I know it's hard to hear me because I'm facing one way, but the mixer's over here and it would just be very, very weird. Alright, so 2 cups of flour. However, I'm not going to add all of it at once. I'm going to do half and then half, so 1 cup of flour right now. We're going to mix this and then we'll add the other cup. Alright, so that flour is mostly mixed in, so we're going to go ahead and do our second batch. So now we have all of our flour in. The last thing is we do have some chips that are going to go in it. We have a white chocolate chip and a salted caramel chip. But hey, Ruiz, what's up? There is actually supposed to be rum in the recipe, or there can be rum in the recipe. I'm just using imitation rum right now. So for the chips, the original recipe calls for all white chocolate chips, but I don't care for white chocolate that much. So I subbed in half salted caramel chips. Sorry, Damasu. Okay, so that's the last mixing thing that has to happen. So I'll bring the mic back over here so you guys can hear me better. All of that good nonsense. Yeah. Alright. Make some room for my sheet pans. And again, for anybody who just tuned in, if you type in ! recipe, you can get the recipe that I am making on stream right now. Okay. Cosmo quit. So I do parchment paper under almost anything I bake. It's just easier cleanup. Just makes a lot more sense. Even if it's always super neat. Okay. So pretty simple here. We use a cookie scoop. So we use a cookie scoop. A lot of people, I don't actually know if that's a super common thing in households, to use like an ice cream scoop to do your cookies. But it's literally how I've always made my cookies. Whether you're home or, you know, whatever. So that's most of everything that's coming off that. Cat versus food. That would be an interesting one to say the least. So before you start scooping, kind of do one last really good scrape of your bowl just to make sure there isn't anything hiding underneath. So this is the scoop we use. It's a restaurant number 40 scoop. I think it's about a tablespoon. So you could just use a regular tablespoon, but the disher really helps to get them out of the way per se. So I usually do my cookie sheets in a 3x4 pattern, just a regular half sheet pan. The 40 is a measurement of, I think it's a 40th of an quart. I wouldn't quote me on that, but I think it's the 40th, it's the fraction of a quart of liquid that this holds. I could be wrong, but if my brain is remembering right. Because why do I know that? I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so that tray's done. Calcifer, get off the counter. Off. Away we go. Alright. Yeah, I think it's a quart. Anyway, so going to scoop 2 trays, and these will both go into the oven. The thing about this batter is it's stickier than a normal cookie dough batter is, and that's because of the fact that we're actually using banana in here. So it comes out a lot softer, almost akin to a banana bread. It's not quite. Can you see the dog and the cat over in the corner over here? I don't know if you can, but they're just like standing over each other, and I just flung cookie dough over on the counter. That was good. Yes, they are most certain calcifer. Alright. Damn it. Out of the sink. Away! Alright. So these are going to go into the oven 9 to 11 minutes, depending on your oven, at 350 degrees. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, cal-proof gates. We'll see about that one. So, I'm going to scoop the rest of these later. These have a frosting you actually have to make, which I'm kind of excited about. Alright, good luck, Breeze. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So, for the frosting, we're going to do a tablespoon and a half of butter. Yeah, I wish we could make it cal-proof anything, but that's pretty much impossible. So, tablespoon and a half of butter. Half a cup of brown sugar. And again, I'm going to make this a packed half cup. 2 tablespoons of milk. And then a teaspoon of rum or rum extract. Okay. So there's that. Cosmo. Step. So we're actually going to take this over to the cooktop now. I don't know if you could see it on that one. Yes, agreed. So this comes here. You know, you can kind of see what's in the pot better right there. Not so much. This. Yeah, it would be very interesting to get us together with a thing where we have an MC. So this is gonna look really funky for a little bit. Actually, that's just too big of a burner. I don't know where it actually makes sense to put this. And I don't actually know if you can hear me. Okay. Here's this thing. Kind of. That's only marginally helpful. Alright, we're going on the back burner because it makes sense. Because this burner is far too, anywhere but the back right. Alright, so we're going to go on the back left. So pretty much what we're doing... Oh, I didn't set a timer. Alright, I'm just going to have to eyeball those suckers. Nice! Okay. Well, can you actually see into the pot? You might be able to. I think it's kind of a long shot. But I trust you guys. That's probably very loud. Yep. Yes, get the microwave light working would be great. Alright, so pretty much what I'm doing in here, milk, butter, brown sugar.
Yeah, that's not even remotely visible. It's set for the right to.
This one? Okay.
No, it's set for this one, but you can still try and adjust it a little bit.
So should I put it over here?
No, you should put it on the front right one, the one that it's fucking pointing at.
But it's so big.
So?
Okay, fine.
Why is that a bad thing?
You always get weird about it. Okay. So we're going on this one. So you're going to melt your butter, bring all of this to a boil, stir it for about 2 minutes.
That's weird.
I don't know what's weird. Aw, thanks for tuning in, Stark. Yeah. Banana Foster cookies are actually amazing. I did make one substitute in the recipe, though. And that was, instead of all white chocolate chips, use half white chocolate and half salted caramel. I think that really makes it. So our butter's almost melted. This is going to boil. We'll stir, and then we'll whisk in half a cup of powdered sugar and those couple teaspoons of extract. Okay, so we're still not quite at a boil. It might take a minute for this to come to a boil. Odin-san, hello! Welcome! Right, I have to keep an eye on these because I didn't set a timer like a smart woman. Oh, but they smell delicious. Ah! I wish there was some way to communicate smell to you guys through stream. It's thinking about boiling. It's really thinking about it. French. Dumbass. Ooh, we might be getting some boilage. Or at least heating up towards a boil. That would be swell. I would be super excited. Yeah, I wish it was like only limited to good smells. That would be cool. Ooh, there's boilage. Yay, boilage. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Alrighty, there we go. Very cool. Now we're going to turn off the heat. Pull this off to the side. I don't actually have anywhere to really set this down. It won't drip everywhere. Alright. So you can do like 1 or 2 teaspoons. I go for 2. This is a half teaspoon, so don't give me shit. That's the flour. There's my powdered sugar. Come to mama. Okay. And then half a cup of powdered sugar. And the recipe says brown sugar, like another half cup of brown sugar, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'm actually going to add another 1/4 cup. It just doesn't look quite right to me. I'll add 1/8 of a cup actually. There we go. Alright, so you can see that. This is going to cool and thicken a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and get it into a different bowl so it can start to cool. And if you're making these, like, you have to make the frosting. It just adds so much to these cookies. Because, like, when I read it and it was like frosting, and I was like, okay, it's kind of skeptical. But it really ends up being more like a drizzle. So there you can see kind of the final product for now. Until it cools, it's going to thicken a little bit. Yeah, powdered sugar is icing sugar. Alephcat. Yeah, I don't remember what brown sugar is on your side of the world, but switching back over cams. Okay, so I'm going to actually probably a set of those out of the oven very quickly. Let's see if they're ready. That's the first question. Almost there. Need a couple more minutes. Yeah, so the recipe says calcifer. Oh my god. Cat sick of me literally throwing them out of the kitchen. But no. Moron of a cat. Okay. That's what we were doing. Yeah, so brown. So I know you have granulated icing sugar. So there's no plain granulated in this recipe. There's brown granulated and powdered. But if you look online at the recipe that's linked, it says for the icing, brown sugar, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be brown sugar, powdered sugar, and that's a typo. Because in the instructions, it says powdered. So I think somebody just screwed up. Maybe he does like being thrown. I don't know. He's a weird cat. Steam in the glass is not good. So those are almost done, probably 2 more minutes on those. But I don't have a timer on them, so that was kind of my bad. Also, are they really Alephcat? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but that just seems kind of silly. Like, it actually just seems very silly. Alright, so normally I would do this in a proper piping bag, but I don't exactly remember where I put those, so we're going to do a Ziploc bag to pipe these. Yeah, because we do have different names for different flours. Like, plain flour is all-purpose flour, strong flour is bread flour, all that kind of stuff. Alright. I put the scissors somewhere. I swear I used them earlier. Aha! They're right here. Yes, you guys have golden syrup, which we have no equivalent of, and that was way too big of a hole, Hailey. Damn it. Alright. Well, it sucks. That's a better size bowl. Alright, so what I did, cut a hole in one of the sides, one of the corners right here, and that is what I will pipe out of once these come out of the oven. Oh my god. That's unfortunate. And those look about done. Cool. Oh, that tastes really good. That is very good frosting. Miriam! What's up? Alright. Those look done to me. Okay. So, Cap can switch over to that cam. we're going to... Wait, no, that side is hot. Okay. This side is not hot, so we're going to leave it there. Yes, biscuits, Alephcat. Delicious, delicious banana foster biscuits. And then, just really quick. Starts better when you have a thinner nozzle, but whatever. That was as thin as I could get it. So the frosting for these is meant to be a drizzle. Normally thinner if you can get it thinner, but I put a very big hole, so each cookie is getting probably more than it needs, but that's fine. Frosting never hurt anyone, unless it had raw eggs with salmonella in it, then that's a problem. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I know they don't look great, because I should have just gotten a normal piping bag. But, ta-da! Banana Foster cookies. I have no idea what you're talking about, Alephcat. Absolutely no clue. So there we are. Fantastic, delicious cookies. Just kidding, I get it now. Alright. That is about all I have for everybody today. I know this was kind of short. I don't actually know how long we went for, but cookies don't take a ton of time. So less than an hour. You can have your very own Banana Foster cookies in less than an hour. If you have all the ingredients. If not, then it might take a little bit longer for a grocery store trip. But that is everything I have. Yeah, just took a second. I mean, really, for like certain baked goods, this can take a whole lot longer. Like if you're doing bread. And then you have to rest it for an hour or two. But that is everything I have. Cap, do you have anything?
I do, except that I can cheat because I set this up properly. So thank you all so very much for joining us. I hope you all had a lot of fun with this first test cooking stream thing. We have some improvements to make, like mostly the lapel mic, but I'm relatively happy with it, which is good because I would be really unhappy if I spent like almost 2 days in the crawl space and wasn't happy with it. But special thanks to all of our wonderful, wonderful patrons, especially Alephcat, who, as we always say, we literally wouldn't be doing cooking streams if it weren't for Alephcat. Thank you so very much. But as well, thank you very much to Tramer101, Stark Maximum, Damasu, and Penta Perry. And Hailey is bringing me a cookie. Hot. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really good. So thank you all so very much. And I'm going to be throwing us all over to Joe Kim because he just went live. And he's playing I Want to Be the Boshi. And he's already beaten Sonic. So that means he's beaten like the second hardest thing in the entire game. Now he just has the rest of the hell game to deal with. But yeah, thank you all so very much. I hope you've had a lot of fun. And, yeah, we'll be back later tonight with something. I need to actually talk with Odinson about what we want to do tonight. Do you want to say anything, Hailey?
Make the cookies.
They're very good cookies. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you hopefully tonight. Bye, folks.